Good morning, everyone. We're the Open the Book team, recording another story for you today. Today, we're going to tell you a story about a brave woman in the Bible who dared to do right. One day, in the land of Persia, long, long ago, the king was looking for a new wife, a queen. He decided to have a competition to find the most beautiful woman in the whole country. Out of the hundreds of women, he chose Esther. I wonder why. Let's find out as we open the book and read Esther was a star.
Esther was a star, a beautiful Jewish girl chosen by the king of Persia to be his queen. Esther had an uncle who was called Mordecai, and he was very kind. When Esther's parents died, he raised her as his own daughter. And when she was made queen, he warned her not to tell the king that she had come from one of his captive lands. And so the king was clueless. He loved Queen Esther, but he didn't know that she was a Jew. Haman was horrible. He was the king's right-hand man, and he loved nothing as much as pushing people around. One day, Haman was walking through the city when he met some of the king's other servants.
"Bow before me,"
he commanded, and they bowed, all except Mordecai.
"I will bow before no one but God."
Haman was furious and went straight to the king to seek his revenge.
"There is a troublesome race of people in our land. They are the Jews, Your Majesty. If you give me your permission, I will get rid of them."
The king was clueless. So he told horrible Haman to kill every Jew in the land, not knowing that he was condemning his own queen. Well, when Mordecai heard the news, he went to see Esther.
"Go to the king and do what you can to save us."
But I have to wait for the king to invite me into his presence. If I go to him without his invitation, the law of the Persians say that he has the right to kill me.
"You must go anyway, whatever the risk. God puts people in places at just the right time to do what he wants. And so God has put you in the palace to save your people."
Now Esther was a star. So Esther went to see the king, and far from being angry, the king was delighted to see her.
"Esther, my queen, my precious one, my star in the heavens. What do you want, my darling?"
I want to have a dinner party. And I want you to invite your right-hand man, Haman.
Well, the king agreed. The date was set, and horrible Haman was happy. He'd been building a horrible hanging machine in his garden, where he hoped to murder Mordecai. And the queen's invitation made him happier still. But when he got to the party, horrible Haman was suddenly not so happy.
I have some sad, sad news today. Someone wants to see me dead. And not only me, but all of my people too.
Who is this person? Tell me, and he shall be dead in your place.
There he is.
And she pointed to Haman.
I don't understand. I have nothing against you.
Yes, yes, you do. For I am a Jew, and you mean to kill us all.
The king was no longer clueless. He saw everything clearly now. He loved his queen. He didn't care that she was a Jew, but he was very angry with Haman.
Put him to death.
And so Haman was hanged on his very own hanging machine. But Esther and Mordecai and all their people lived on to return to their own land, and all because Esther was a star.
Esther, Mordecai, and all their people were saved. Just imagine how the story might have ended if Esther hadn't been brave enough to go and speak to the king. Esther's uncle was wise enough to see that God had placed her in the palace just at the right time. He encouraged Esther to trust God and to speak to the king. Close your eyes and think about the times when you were scared to speak out. Perhaps God can help you to be brave like Esther too. Now I'm going to say a prayer, and if you want to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end after me. Dear God, Esther must have been very scared going to see the king. Thank you that you helped her when she was frightened. When we are frightened, please help us to speak out too. Amen.
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 That's all for today, folks. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye. Bye-bye.